Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful day here in Washington State. Thought I'd bring you a little bit of a testing video today. We are on round 2 of testing with the Benchmade Redoubt with applied weapons tech scales. Got a lot of questions on these scales, when they're coming out, when they're hitting the market, how to get them. I don't know exactly when they're hitting the market. I will let you know as soon as I know. Right now I'm just testing them. Yeah, I'll let you guys know more when I know more. So I'm really impressed with this knife so far with the CPM D2. It was really easy to bring back to life after the first round of testing on the cardboard. This next round of testing is going to be on a different kind of material. It's going to be on some corrugated, flexible drain pipe. So we're going to cut this into smaller, much smaller sections and do our best to dull out this blade. And then I'll be bringing you guys along when I sharpen it back to life. So we're going to do a full sharpening video on that. But let me show you what we're starting with as far as the baseline edge. This is the edge I put on it after the first round of testing. So yeah, it's sharp, pretty sharp. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. So I'm gonna put you guys on a different angle, and we'll get to it. Holy smokes, guys. Alright, we're all done. That went a lot quicker and easier than I thought it was gonna. That knife sailed right through that plastic. Yeah, I don't think it was enough to dull the edge. Let's take a look. We'll do the old paper test real quick. Okay. We got a spot. Definitely not as sharp as it was before. Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple spots. My gut's telling me that they'll probably strop out. What I'm going to do next, because I really want to get this thing a little bit dull, is I'm going to cut these. I've got a bunch of these rings now. I'm going to cut these like that. I think it's going to be a lot tougher on the knife. I'll try using different parts of the blade and stuff like that. So let's get to it. Alright, so I can tell this is gonna bring out any hot spots on these scales, because I'm really having to bear down the knife to get through this material this way. So I think it's gonna one, dull the edge, and two, yeah, wear my hand out a little bit. So let's keep at it and see if we discover any hot spots along the way. Alright, we are all done. We got these things cut into little pieces. Probably going to continue doing this till they're in quarters. They're in halves right now, so I'll just keep working the blade through it, and we'll see where we end up. I am impressed with the CPM D2 so far. It's pretty damn good in the edge retention department, it seems, and just really easy to bring back to life, really easy to maintain, it seems. So yeah, this is looking good in my book so far. Oh, so yeah, I think in the last video I told you my brother was in town. Yeah, he was in town for a week. He's on his way to the airport right now. But yeah, he was in town for a week, and it was great. As I mentioned in the other video, he lives in Arizona, so I don't get to see him very often, maybe once a year. And we had a lot of catching up to do, that's for sure. He was really stoked on the whole YouTube thing and that it's going pretty well, and he had some really good pointers and some good advice for me moving forward for the channel, if that made sense. So yeah, it's always good having him up here, seeing him in general. Yeah, him and I are only 6 years apart. We both grew up in the 90s, and yeah, we have quite a bit in common. So Devin, if you're watching this, good seeing you, brother. Hopefully I'll be coming down to you next time and spend some time at your place. So yeah, all right, let's move on to the next test, which is going to be some more plastic and cardboard. Got some recycling in the back. That stuff seems to pile up quicker than I can get rid of it, so it's actually kind of a good thing in this instance. I've got plenty of material to cut with this. Okay, let's go in the backyard and we'll keep working this knife. Alright, I'm going to set you guys up on a slightly different angle, and then we're going to go ahead and put this thing to use. Alright, I think she's starting to get a little bit dull. Let's go ahead and do the paper cut test and see where we're at. Standard, just notebook paper, pretty flimsy, thin stuff. Yeah, okay, so this is what I would consider a dull knife. It's still got a usable edge, really, but not nearly as sharp as I like to have my knives. So looks like we're doing some sharpening this evening. Yeah, this thing will not bite very well. Really any portion of the blade. Yeah, and it's just dragging ass, so yeah, we're going to do a cleanup on this edge this evening. Looking at it just from the naked eye, it doesn't look like there's any kind of rolls or anything. All I'm doing is running my fingernail across the edge. Not across the edge, but up and down the edge. Make sure there's no chips or anything. Which I wouldn't expect this to chip. It'd roll before it'd chip, but she's looking pretty good, guys. She's looking pretty good. Centering is still where it needs to be. Action is still great. Lockup is still great. 100% solid. These scales are awesome. I think I've said that before on the channel, but these scales are really proving to be amazing. A vast improvement over the stock scales. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this testing video. Round 2 of testing is complete. This thing's holding up about where I thought it would, edge retention wise. It's pretty easy to maintain so far. We'll see how it does this evening when I put it on the work sharp. Precision adjust, and we're going to start out with the ceramic and see what that gets us. That's where I always like to start, see if I can't just smooth it out with the ceramic and a strop before taking material off. So alright guys, the next testing you're going to see is this thing going along on a camping trip with me. I'm going to go camping tomorrow night. I'm going to go take the Civic out to Tahuya and spend the night out there, do a little open fire cooking, and just have a good time in general. And this is going to be my camp knife, so I'll be getting plenty of footage of this getting used in camp tasks and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for the continued support on the channel, guys. It means the world. See you in the next one.